Senna, of course, in the McLaren Honda, as we ride with Alesi. Semi-automatic gearbox, his hands very high on the steering wheel. Changes gear by flicking the levers that are underneath the rim of the steering wheel. You may just see his hand grip as he goes down through the gears into the right-hander at racetrack hairpin. And the Ferrari is very, very unsteady over the surface of this track at Adelaide. I was watching it this morning, and it was pitching and bumping about all over the place. And watch Alesi's head. It's just as though he was riding a motorcycle. He pushes his head right over to the left or the right as he's going round corners. There you are. Now, this is Wakefield turn, second gear, 70 miles an hour. That was East Terrace Bend, now Flinders. The provisional two front rows of the grid, 20 minutes into the session, and it'll probably change. Patrese in pole position, Senna second, Schumacher third, Nigel Mansell in fourth position, but I've got no doubt that he'll go quicker as Alesi goes through Brewery Bend, down the Brabham Straight. That's where all the problems were last year in the race when it was so wet. And down in the pit lane, Jackie Stewart is talking with Ferrari consultant. Really good news, because everybody who is a Formula One racing enthusiast, no matter what their nationality, wants to see this constructor, Ferrari of Maranello, back at the top, following its old tradition. It's Senna fastest, Patrese second, Mansell third, Schumacher fourth, Berger fifth, and Andrea De Cesaris sixth, as Alesi spins to a standstill.
Nigel Mansell, who, as Murray says, went quicker this morning, but what Senna will have found out is the circuit is probably going to be marginally quicker than it was this morning, and Alesi seems to be getting
a record that is shared by himself and Ayrton Senna, and we're with Alesi. This is a replay where we're with Alesi now, and he's lost it. He's lost it. You can see the scenery spinning round, and a masterly recovery by Jean Alesi, who held it. Spins to a standstill. He's kept the engine going, and angrily forces the car back onto the circuit again in a series of slides. That happened, I would say, almost inevitably at Stag Turn, which is...
Killer inboard camera pictures will come from the little Frenchman and his Ferrari.
Well, it's not just from inboard they'll be spectacular, they'll be spectacular all around the circuit. And Jean Alesi, we know, is so very quick from the lights red to green. And of course, again, back in 1990, the man was electric. We had two starts in Monaco because of an incident down in the Mirabeau, partly involving Jean Alesi. Remember when Alain Prost got involved just coming down to this part of the circuit. Alesi dived down the inside and confusion reigned, cars stopped, blocking the track. We had a restart, and Jean Alesi went on to finish second in a truly remarkable drive from somebody of sort of little experience at that time. Well, Jean Alesi's done a lot, right over the curbs. Has done a lot of growing up since 1990, and now in 92 at Ferrari, unquestionably the #1 driver in that team, and pushing very, very hard to try and get this current, looking for a space down the inside. Well, that's not the place to do it. Certainly not that far back.
Well, it's interesting, this picture, John, because Michele Alboreto, right in front of Jean Alesi, is just as quick, if not maybe a little quicker than Jean, and he's not going to get out of the way. And Alesi is quicker than the fastest time so far, which is held by Mika Häkkinen, a 1:29.973, a full 10 seconds slower than pole position time. Of course, times will be slower.
And just look at Alesi's hands. They're all over the look up, opposite locking it, coming through that little kink, coming onto the start-finish straight. So the performance of the V10 Mugen Honda engine in the foot.